I decided to film this after the event. Should have done it from the start. However, I had a leak in my boot. All that was filled with water, the insulation was sopping wet, this stuff here. So I chucked it, it was just sopping. And I traced it to a seam on the roof. I've since filled it now. Silicone's what cured it. You can see, took the weather, pulled up the weather strip, and there it goes. That's what it looked like now. But I thought there was one on this side, only there isn't. But you get a better look at the seam. You can see that where the light coloured whitey grey is. That corner there on the other side, it just leaked straight in. I don't think there is one there, but if you have a leak in your boot, that's where to check, and I'll show you where it dripped in from. So on this side, it came in there, disappeared inside the car, and stand back and zoom in again. So it came in and dripped. You can see the rust there. You see the rust, and it dripped off that straight down onto this bit that sticks out, ran down here, filled up here, and then when that filled up and the car went round corners, I imagine it then filled up down there, and that's where it was getting in. And all this stuff, whatever it is, black stuff, had gone soft, so I'm going to sweep that up. But that's where it came in. I had the car second hand, and I think that's partly why they probably got rid of it. I never took this side off, but you can see the trim's loose. I don't think they ever got it back on successfully, which is what I'm going to attempt now, to get the trim back on. So this is the one piece. I did snap some bits off getting it out, but I'm not bothered. The car's old anyway. So that's what it looks like that side. That's from the floor of the under boot, whatever you call it. Just yank that out. That's the lid of the under boot. The boot within the boot. That's the lid of it. And here's the side panel. You have to disconnect the cigarette lighter on that side. See what you're dealing with. And it overlaps into, see how you have to come all the way around here, and kind of, there's a little side compartment thing to let the seat belt out of, so you get, otherwise you wouldn't get the thing out. There you go. That bit's where the seat belt slides through, and then the seat belt sits across there. So now I'm going to start to try and put it back together now. So here it is, partly back in. So you need to connect up the power to the cigarette lighter thing. I guess these weird little clip things need to go in the, that must be one of the holes it goes in. You can see now here to get this. There we go. So yeah, I have to pull the seat belt round, I guess. Where's the seat belt? Right. So now you can see the seat belts being fished out and brought round, and this bit of panel here, that giant big panel, that's the wheel of the car, so you get your bearings and this kick plate thing. You have to pull that up first, and then this bit goes under it, and you can see the spike thing, that sticky out bit, is it there, goes into this hole here. So one of the tricky bits is, just remember, I'm glad I didn't take this side out. I just had to stop and start again. This, you need to pull this bit back because it goes under it, like so, and then also when you're trying to force it in, this catch for the chair back was pressing it out, so you got to work it around that and fish it back through the hole there. So now it's looking vaguely in. There's the other side, and here's seat belt, comes around the bit, and then you've got that's gone under there. I just have to push it all together now, hopefully. Right then, so I think that's it, it's all in. There was a clip in the kick plate here to aim into the metal. I lined the hook from that to go through the hole in that. I think there was one of those little white plug things to bang in there. There's a couple of metal plastic clips that hook round into the metal of the body. I think one of them had snapped. Let's see if you can see in here. Yeah, I'm sure there was a black hook about here and a black hook about there, and it curves round into the metal. Anyway, so that's it, and it's banged in around here. It looks better than the other side, that's still hanging off from the previous owner. There it is. That bit needs to come through, that bit needs to come through, and that bit needs to come through. I didn't do much banging around there, it's still quite loose, it's like it's quite a bit off the metal of the car panel, so it's not really secured there. All the securing's done. Coming around the top here, I think. Down here. So this bit here goes over here and will be going there. Now, as you can see, these white, I don't know what they're called, I'm going to pull that out and that out and stick it back into, I guess, probably there and there, something like that, and then bang the whole thing back down again. Right, so that's them back in. I've noticed there's a bit, they just slide in and out, but this should be, the top of this should be surrounded with grey, like that one, but it must have snapped off when I was pulling it out. And you can see they're all completely surrounded. Anyway, I'll try and get it back in now. So this is it partially on. I haven't banged it down. I don't think I'm going to. Straightforward enough, that one. Just something to note. I think there's some cornery bits here where this overlaps the other inside panels. I just yank them off and snap them. But at the moment it's not looking much difference, like it's making much difference. And it started raining now, but anyway, that is this lid cover for the little boot inside the boot, and it is screwed down with 4 screws. You need to pull this thing back, one there, one there, and then inside they were all right to get off, but the one goes, where's it gone? There and there. Oh yeah, and then down here, right down there. See down there, and another one down there. Now they were really hard to get out, and I sheared the bolts, and that on this side, it's still stuck in there. It just wouldn't turn. That one's out there. I might put some WD-40 on before I try and reattach it. But that's pretty much it. Oh, just so you know, that was the I tried some Captain Tolleys. So read loads of good stuff about that for the leak, and that didn't really work. I think partly because well, it's winter, and I think there's probably still water inside the crack, and it needs to go onto a dry area, leave it 24 hours to dry, and it just well, I left it 24 hours, did the hosepipe test, and it just came out like white water. It hadn't dried. I should have just gone with Old Faithful. I've got some silicone, and that's what's worked. I'm not sure how long it'll last for mine, but at least the boot's still dry for now. I mean, maybe it's the combination of both that's worked, because I did use Captain Tolleys first, but I think it just came straight back out after 24 hours. So those two bolts are back in, that one there, that one there. WD-40'd it. Oh, let's get that in. That's that done. Let's see what it looks like now. So that's it now. I'm going to lift up the lid and attach, well, you'd be attaching the other two bolts if you didn't shear the head off it. But I'm going to attach the one bolt that's left. Right, that's that one back on. The head's come off that one, so I can't get it in. It's got shut a little hole. Things come off that. And I had to shimmy this up with a proper metal crowbar, because it was pressing down over the hole. That is, whoops. Job's a good one. That's it. I'm going to leave the carpet out so I can see if it fills up with water again, and I recommend you get these plastic tools to help with doing anything on your car, because they don't scratch because they're plastic. Can't remember what they're called, but in the video where I took the I don't know what that bit's called, off the boot lid, the plastic off the boot lid off, I said what it was called.